You are now listening to the Backseat Critics, the movie review podcast.
Welcome back to the Backseat Critics. My name's Andrew.
No.
And over there we have RJ. This is a podcast where we review movies that you should steer clear of, including Fast 9, the Fast Saga from 2021.
No.
So, what are we talking about this episode, RJ?
No.
Great. What are the news topics we're talking about?
No.
All right. Anyways, what are the news topics?
Yes, the news topics today are going to be the construction of Disneyland and a famous celebrity using a wheelchair to get around in Disneyland to exploit lines and getting around.
Wow.
Cheater.
Cheater.
We caught
Pumpkin
you.
eater.
We caught him
Yeah?
on camera. TMZ, a.k.a. Backseat Critics. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you did. You hear everything here first.
Probably 8th, but that's okay. We'll take 8th. We still score points in track and field, so we'll take it.
All right. Do you want to dive into your first news topic? I'm going in blind here.
Yeah, so right now there is a ton of construction going around in Disneyland. A ton. Why? Would you be happy with your Disneyland trip if you saw this?
If I saw it was under construction?
So if
it depends like what's under construction, how much is under construction, and what their construction is. Because if it's just like they're repaving parts of the road and stuff like that makes it harder to get around, that would be annoying. If it's like ugly facade fixing on like Cinderella's castle, that would be annoying. But if it's construction where I can see like the inside of Space Mountain or something from outside because they're redoing something, that'd be kind of rad.
So what they have done, first of all, it's Sleeping Beauty's castle in Disneyland.
Oh.
They have put
I knew that.
basically all Fantasyland is almost under construction right now.
I mean, really, what's the difference?
And they've put a fake facade over a lot of it. Over Peter Pan's Flight, over Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yeah, all the storefronts and stuff?
Just all around those dark rides, all under construction.
Wow.
Toontown has its own construction going on. Obviously, Critter Country is basically all under construction because of Splash Mountain turning into Tiana's ride as well.
Who's Tiana?
Tiana's from Princess and the Frog.
I was asking that for our less literate listeners.
And also we have
Shout out to Jamie Robles for no particular reason.
we also have the Treehouse under construction in Disneyland.
Oh, yeah? Treehouse?
And Adventureland. And there's other parts throughout the park that are also under construction as well. And also in California Adventures, there is a ton of construction going on as well.
Is this news topic that Disneyland is largely under construction?
There's been videos about this surfacing everywhere, that it is under construction. It's not really a news topic that Disneyland is.
No, it's not. It's barely a topic.
I don't think it's barely a topic.
Things go under construction. You need to fix infrastructure. You need to fix rides. Make sure they're working okay.
Usually they're pretty good at having
Jamie's shaking her head.
maybe one part of the park that way, but not a lot of the park. Usually they're pretty scheduled out, so where maybe one ride or two rides are shut down, not a lot of them at once. And not a lot of the rides shut down at once, or maybe not a lot of the scenery as...
Every time I've been to Disneyland, Jungle Cruise has been under construction. I've never had the joy of riding Jungle Cruise.
That's just bad luck.
I thought we read that. Didn't we ride that in 2010?
No. I was not on that ride. The first time I went, Haunted House was shut down.
That one gets shut down pretty often for the switch over into Nightmare Before Christmas.
This was around Thanksgiving.
Nightmare Before Christmas switchover.
Okay.
It happens quite often. The refurb happens around.
That doesn't really make sense because wouldn't the Nightmare Before Christmas be in October, which is before November?
They also do it in Christmas, and they start their Christmas celebration.
Wait, so they flip it for October, flip it back,
Mm-hmm.
and then flip it again?
Yep.
Rather than keep it all the way through?
Yep. Unless maybe they swapped it, but that's what they used to do back in the
Somebody likes shrooms.
day. Yeah. Tim Burton, maybe.
Yeah, he did.
Anyways, that is one of the topics, is that Disneyland is just under construction. I would be furious about it.
What's the next topic?
Next topic is Christina Aguilera was caught in Disneyland riding around in a wheelchair, taking advantage of the rides and the system of using a wheelchair in Disneyland. This is TMZ also reporting this because who knows, maybe she does have surgery or something going on, but a little upsetting. Wait, as a celebrity, would you use a wheelchair? Knowing that you probably get preference? You already get to skip in front of the lines and all that? Would you use a wheelchair to get around?
No. No, I'd skip that.
Do you think she was faking it?
No. I'm going to go with no. I'm going to err on the side of safety here.
One day in Disneyland, I walked 26,000 steps last time I went.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Do you think she didn't want to walk the 26,000 steps?
Wait, was it an electric wheelchair?
No, I don't think it was. I didn't look at. Maybe it was. If it was electric, what would you think?
I'm still walking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think she's faking it, though, and trying to take advantage of the wheelchair and preferential treatment?
No, I mean, that would be maybe a bit much.
Maybe she is a bit much.
I don't know. I'm not even really familiar with who she is. I recognize the name.
90s singer. Basically, step below Britney Spears.
All right.
All right. Well, that is happening out there, and that is the news topics from the Backseat Critics this time around.
All right. You want to jump into the 2-minute summary?
Sure.
Go for it.
Cars. Some sort of system that needs to take over the world and will hack every computer.
Hold on, man. I didn't even start the timer yet.
Well, we can restart this. It's okay.
Okay, go.
Cars. Weapon system that can hack computers and weapons. Dom Toretto. Family. Space. Bad guy. Bad guy turns family. Bad guy takes down Charlize Theron. Game over. Movie.
Wow.
That's basically what I got out of this movie. Family.
This movie is just cars, and then cars in space.
And magnets. Let's be honest.
They threw
lot
in
of
magnets, and they really leaned into the magnets the last half of the movie.
It's kind of like superpowers for cars. Like they had like telepathic psychic energy powers.
Yeah.
Like they could move it like bending a spoon.
Some reason, like, I kind of thought they would have hit this point of ridiculousness by Fast 6.
But we're getting here at Fast 9?
Yeah.
It's okay because we went to space.
Is it, though?
Yes.
All right.
Because we got to go to space. Save the movie. They didn't go to space. This movie was not going to be good.
All right. You want to jump to the first topic? Characters?
Characters.
Oh, no. I forgot to record something for the characters. So here's something. Characters. Who are they? What are they doing? I don't know All right.
Yes.
I'll go first.
Okay, go for it. Han. Yes, I know.
I'm keeping with tradition here.
He's back.
And as is tradition, he's back.
Our boy is back.
Baby, he's back.
Cool, calm, collected Han.
Han is back. And you know what? He's my number one.
Congratulations.
Because he's more interesting than Vin Diesel. He has a lot better hair than Vin Diesel. Just all over.
Okay.
He's
Calm.
cool,
Collected.
He's everything I want to be.
He's Han.
He's everything I am.
And Han. And more than Andrew. He's Han.
He is Han.
Han.
All right, now that I've snagged number 1, go for it.
I'm going to go with the...
No one cares. On to number 2.
Okay. My number 2 is going to be... my number 1 is going to be the rich bad guy.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like he was just kind of over the top.
That's my thought too.
He was out there.
This is great for an audio podcast.
Fantastic. He was good for just kind of the Star Wars villainy, dropping the Star Wars references. I kind of chilled with that. Enjoyed his touch, thinking he's the good guy. I'd go with the rich guy.
You enjoyed his touch, huh?
And you didn't.
Not really. Bad touch.
He was Yoda, the puppet.
All right, so my number 2, I'm going to go with John Cena.
You know, I was going to go with him too. So I'll have to figure out somebody else. But you know what? He does great acting in this movie because you can't see him.
Except you can through the whole movie.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see John Cena at all. I was like, oh, John Cena's in this
He was
movie?
super obvious. He's there. They framed him in shot.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see him. I was like, where's that WWE wrestler? Oh, that's right. You can't see him.
He's
I don't know how they
he's
did the
in
driving.
frame so much.
With somebody
He's
you
got
can't
so
see.
much dialogue.
I don't know what you're talking about. I couldn't see him.
But anyways, I like him. He is my number 2 because
you can't see him.
he's got better acting ability than Vin Diesel, which is a pretty low bar cross.
High bar to cross. You have to high jump. You have to pole vault over that.
Do you have to pole vault over that?
Pole vault
You have to
over
pole
that.
vault over Vin Diesel's acting ability?
No, I don't know.
Like
You're talking
you-
stick vaulting. Like
you
you have to bend the
pole
pole
vault
to go
over the
over it.
little step stool he stands on to stand next to John Cena?
Yep, you have to go over 2 feet to beat him.
No, he's my number 2
Quite the
because,
height.
like, not to, like, really hate on Vin Diesel. I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything,
Yeah, just
but
pulls the size as a butter knife, so it's okay. Laying down. He can't jump over it.
he
You
just
can't
kind of
jump over
showed me
it, you
what
can
a interesting Dominic Toretto would have kind of looked like
Okay.
if it was played by a better actor.
Okay.
That's just my 2 cents.
Well, guess who I'm gonna
The
pick?
Fast and Furious movies would be better if John Cena had played Dominic Toretto.
You know who I'm gonna pick as number 2? Because you stole my number 2. I'm gonna take Baby Brian.
Baby Brian?
Baby Brian.
Baby Brian?
That kid was cute.
Yeah, he was.
He.
I want to know where the fro came from. He's got these curly little locks, but like Vin Diesel, like when you look up photos of him, he's got pretty straight hair. His wife's got like kind of wavy, but not really curly hair. His Vin Diesel's brother in this movie's got straight hair.
Maybe it was a weird chromosome from a distant uncle that got caught up into a system. Woman, you're not in this podcast.
If you want to speak, grab a mic. Exactly.
All right. Number 3 character coming up.
Wait, we skipped my number 2.
No, we didn't. We got your number 2. It was
I
John
know.
Cena.
I know.
So we got your number 3 coming up.
Yeah.
What's your number 3?
So I'm gonna go with Charlize Theron.
Oh, Miss Bullcut in this movie.
This bowl cut.
Miss Terrible Bullcut, I should say.
So you chose the Star Wars villain guy.
Yeah.
She gave me like actual kind of villain vibes.
She gave me actual Bullcut vibes.
She also gave me that.
She also gave
You
me Dumb
remember
and Dumber
Dexter's
vibes.
nemesis from Dexter's Laboratory?
Yep, there it was.
Yeah.
You know what
That's
it also
exactly
reminded
the
me of?
vibe she gave me, and I'm like,
Also gave me some Dumb and Dumber Jim Carrey vibes.
also that. Yeah, no, she actually gave me like proper villain vibes throughout the movie. I thought she was a little bit more interesting than Blondie.
Well, guess what?
I just want to know what her she was in a glass box through the whole thing. Where was she going to the bathroom? Where'd she get her change of clothes from?
That's the real torture.
Did she they had a little slot to like slide
No.
stuff in and out. Is that where she went?
No, it's the real torture. She had to hold it.
She had to hold it?
hold it for about. I think this movie.
Do you
took
remember
place
back
in
in like
2
the
days.
90s? There was like a radio contest to see who could hold it the longest. And people died and went to the hospital because of it.
I remember the incredible.
You're really
Burt,
stuck on that today, aren't you?
I remember the incredible Burt Wonderstone.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey holds it for I don't know how many days as a magician in that movie. He starts to punch himself there and all that great stuff. Great movie. Check it out. Not really. It's okay.
Never saw it.
Decent at best. My number 3 is just to spite my co-host here. The one, the only,
Don't.
the man with the greatest lines in this movie.
Oh, wait, no.
The man who led this movie from start to finish. The man who flexes in this movie and takes on a whole army by himself. Dominic Toretto.
The writers of this movie.
Vin Diesel. Greatest actor ever with no hair. Behind Dwayne The Rock
Daniel
Johnson.
Casey and Justin Lin.
Yep, Vin Diesel. That's my number 3. Dominic
Those were his
Toretto.
left and right biceps.
Family.
Family.
He's the guy. Mr. Toretto.
All right. Did I do my number 3?
Yes, you did.
Okay. Do you want to move on to scenes?
Yes, sir. We're off to talk about Scene.
What's happening?
The magical
What is going
wizards
on?
of scenes.
I'm so confused. Everything. All right, what's your number 1?
My number 1 is when Dominic Toretto takes on the whole army.
It just flexes.
He flexes. He touches his heart. He goes, I'm always in here. Then he flexes and jumps on this whole army of people. And he pulls down these chains. Just one pull. And he tears down this concrete ceiling.
He does this whole sacrificial, like, I'm going to save you guys.
And then he has
This
a flashback.
Family.
And the next thing you know, he's alive.
Because nobody dies in these movies.
But you know what they could have done is he could have gone through the door and locked it from the other side. But no. If he had that much power to pull the chain, why didn't he pull the chain from the other side?
Right.
Block the doorway.
Right.
But it's okay, because Dominic Toretto,
If he had that
scene,
much power and he's just trying to prevent people from getting up the ladder, why not rip the ladder off the wall?
He got curb stomped and he got up, pulled these 2 chains. He actually dived. He put his 2 arms out and held 20 people?
No, it's like 10.
Okay, it's like 15. 15 people back.
It's maybe 8.
I am Dominic Toretto's my guy.
So
And that scene. That scene's the number 1 scene. Go for it.
So my number 1 scene is not the space scene, but kind of close.
When they're on the plane.
No.
Getting launched.
No. Go back further.
When they're
Even
testing
further.
out the car.
Testing out the car.
I love how they brought in the Tokyo Drift guys.
Yeah,
They're
so
pretty
like
fun.
I haven't seen Tokyo Drift yet. Like that's upcoming maybe. We'll see how much energy I have after watching.
You know what's funny about
2
this though
more of
is
these?
that Tokyo Drift in this movie, they made the Tokyo Drift guys seem like ding dongs.
Yeah.
Straight ding dongs. They were not like that in the movie Tokyo Drift. Like they were pretty.
Were they like kind of experimentally like strapping stuff to?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. They were pretty much cars. Like let's figure out how to drift, that sort of thing. Nothing like this whatsoever. So it was kind of interesting to see them just to be ding dongs.
I enjoyed that scene because it was absolutely ridiculous. They strap a pair of rockets to the top of a car to race a jet. It was stupid, but I enjoyed it. The characters were fun, and that's all I got.
My number 2
I'm watching
scene.
somebody destroy land.
My number 2 scene is actually going to be when they get
Like a
shot up into
monster.
space.
Settle down there, Andrew Jackson.
My number 2 scene is going to be when they get shot up into space.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
The Tokyo Drift guys come back. They're a bunch of ding dongs. trying to figure out the calculations. A lot of humor because you also have probably the two people that lead the humor throughout this whole series.
Mm.
In Roman
Yeah.
and
Tej. Yeah.
They lead the humor, and then they add the ding-dongs from...
Tej is my honorary mention for like characters because he's been pretty solid through all of them.
In
Roman as well, but I would say mostly Tej.
But they are... they lead the humor in the movies.
Yeah.
And this is a pretty humorous spot. And you add the ding-dongs from Tokyo Drift, and it works out pretty well.
My number 2...
That's a great number 2.
Thanks. My number 2 is going to be the scene where there's 18-wheeler, a little armored truck, apparently actually called an armadillo. Yeah, look that up. I'm not sure why they called it that, but whatever. Anyways, they flip it over. It's upside down, and this
with magnets.
With magnets, they flip it over with magnets.
They use that psychic energy power in that car.
And this thing,
they Alakazam that thing,
just slides down the road. For what seems like
forever.
5 miles.
Forever.
Slides down a slight embankment and then keeps going, and then they flip it back upright, and then just drive on.
You know what? Better movie. As that car is sliding, a giant Mrs. Doubtfire comes from outer space, sees this car sliding, and goes, "Help is on the way, dear." Better movie.
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
100% a better movie. I don't even like that movie.
What?
I'll be honest, I don't like that movie.
You, sir, are a vicious critic.
It's okay. I'll say this. It's not a movie for me.
You are something else.
I'm not saying you can't like it. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just not for me.
It's one of those movies that once you start to quote, it becomes fantastic.
See, I quote The Room all the time.
Okay, now try to quote Mrs. Doubtfire. There's your challenge. Help is on the way, dear. That's your first quote. There you go.
That's my first quote.
There you go. Now use it, young one.
All right.
Third scene. You know what my third scene is going to be?
No.
The teaser at the very end.
Really?
Not the Han and Shaw.
Wow.
Not that one. But the fact that it's like...
That's fascinating.
Who pulled up for the dinner table?
That's so amazing.
Or is he going to make it? Was it Brian?
Yeah.
It looks like a car Brian would drive.
Okay.
It doesn't look muscular. So, you know, Brian doesn't drive muscle cars. And it also, who knows if that's something Jakob would drive. So was it Jakob or was it Brian?
I think it was Brian.
Okay. The world may never know.
It looked like his blue...
It gave the blue. It gave the blue vibes.
Yeah.
But you know what? He also usually has some sort of tint to it or some sort of like...
Shine.
Yeah, some sort of like art to his cars. I feel like.
Oh, like decals or something?
Yeah. Some like white stenciling or something. I think it'd be Brian.
So was it my number 3?
Yep, your number 3?
My number 3 is when Granny is stealing the jewels and runs, and Dominic Toretto
Shaw's mom.
Granny.
Shaw's mom.
Hops in the car, and she starts driving away from the cops.
Mm-hmm.
That whole exchange, ton of fun. Her, ton of fun. Also finding out about her line about like, oh, you guys look familiar. You guys must be brothers. And this is John Cena and Vin Diesel we're talking about.
Totally.
And she's like,
totally brothers in real life.
And they're like, oh, they're totally brothers.
In real life.
How?
How are they real brothers? Well, John Cena and Vin Diesel share chromosomes because their parents are the same. And they popped out, and one became a car racer in real life. And during that car race, the dad asked John Cena to throw the race, and he wrecked his car and died. And Vin Diesel blamed him for the rest of his life.
Blamed him for the rest of his life?
Yeah, blamed John Cena for the rest of life and said, you killed Dad.
That's exactly what a family member would do.
That's what he did. He said, you killed Dad. And then eventually he finds out that Dad actually wanted him to do that. And that's what happened. And this is the documentary. This is facts. And Ludacris and Tyrese Gibson actually goes up into space. And they have a great time. And eat Snickers and Tootsie Rolls.
They eat a lot of Tootsie Rolls.
And Twixes. And then they come back down. And they have a barbecue.
I was like 6 or 7.
Family.
And I ate like a whole row. It was like 14 Tootsie Rolls back to back to back to back. Do you want to know what I did after I ate all those Tootsie Rolls?
No, wait. Are these the small Tootsie Rolls or are these the big Tootsie Rolls?
These were the small
ones. Or
ones.
these the Tootsie Pops?
No, they're Tootsie Rolls.
The small ones?
Yeah.
I could eat 14 of those back to back to back to back to back to back to back.
You've eaten 14?
I could do it.
Okay.
Are these flavored ones or just normal ones?
Just the chocolate.
I can do it.
Okay. Never had.
I could do them.
I ate 14 of them. Was feeling pretty good for about 5 minutes.
I could do it.
They all came right back up.
I could do it without holding them down.
Without holding them down?
With holding them down.
Wow.
Yeah. There's the challenge, the Backseat Critic challenge. 14 Tootsie Rolls. In 5 minutes.
Make it a thing, folks.
Can you hold it down?
It's better than jumping off speeding boats at 60 miles an hour. Did you know that the water speed record, which is like 60 or 70 miles an hour, hasn't been broken since like 1971?
It's because they didn't see me run on water yet.
Well, I don't think you can run on water.
Yes, I can.
I don't even think you can run on land.
I can.
Dude,
I can't do that.
Look at you. Look at you.
I know.
Look at no. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Okay, let's be honest.
You're a wonderful person. I love you.
Thank you. I mean, I'd hope so. We're doing a podcast together.
But I don't think you can run.
I can.
I've seen you run.
Can put one foot in front of the other.
I've seen you run, and you know what I said?
I look like a velociraptor.
No, I was actually thinking T-Rex.
Okay. Maybe when I'm going for a longer distance, my wrists maybe get a little relaxed.
You're flopping those fish all around.
And maybe they extend a certain amount, and maybe they flop,
There was no extension there, dude.
Actually,
you had your hands tight up against your chest like this. And they're just like flopping her all around.
You know what, sir?
She's got it. She knows how you run.
It was good enough to get me to be on a collegiate track team, and that's all that matters.
What's that say about the track team, though?
Well, the one team that did offer me a pretty good scholarship was let's just say I was beating their records as a high schooler, so that says enough right there. That one was actually a university that was beating their records, so back off, girl. That offered me a scholarship.
Anyways, you want to talk about what moments?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
What? What was that? Yes, what the heck is up with this movie and cars and just... Okay, let's let...
Magnets.
No.
Did the writers just discover what magnets can do? And they're like, what happens if we make them really big and then throw them on cars? Dude, we should do a metal rock album.
Backseat Critics! No! So, actually, I would like to say...
Rachel!
No, let's get to the point where where they are flinging cars out to save each other's lives.
Yes, they catch John Cena mid-catch with a rolling car and then roll him onto another moving car.
And they're like pillows.
Yeah.
Did you not
No, I caught that. I caught what they were saying.
They done that like 3 or 4 times. They're like pillows.
Yeah.
But cars as pillows in this movie. Also,
Better movie.
The
Hour and a half.
swinging moment in the very beginning where he swings on a cliff.
The little George of the Jungle
in
that
a car.
he does.
Yeah.
It catches, it snaps, swings the car.
Mm-hmm.
All we were missing was a
George of the Jungle.
Did I peek?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah.
You definitely.
That's a massive block of audio there.
George.
I'm sorry
George of the
for our
Jungle.
headphone
As you can
listeners.
be.
I know there's like one of you.
Watch out for that, Andrew.
Are you a headphone listener?
No, she's not.
Are you actually a listener?
No, she's not.
I'm the only one right now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
get
no.
out of here.
You guys are witnesses live.
Anyways, yeah. So, the swinging of the car.
Okay.
That's another one.
Han being alive.
Yeah, and sniping from the window.
Roman realizing that they have plot armor. And then they're just completely forget that and try to make it character development, but it's just too late at that point.
Mm-hmm.
They drop the ball.
1000%. John Cena being Vin Diesel's brother.
100%. The weird part where young Vin Diesel and young John Cena
don't look like real life Vin Diesel and John Cena.
and also like young Vin Diesel is like a foot taller
Than the real Vin Diesel.
Yes. He's massive.
And where's is The Rock?
Apparently
Where's
he didn't want
Hobbs?
apparently he didn't want to come back.
I guess not.
I guess he actually didn't come back. He didn't get it along with
Vin Diesel. Yep.
no.
Oh.
Romans.
Tyrese Gibson?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Him and Tyrese did not get along.
Interesting.
So he did not want to be a part of it if Tyrese was there.
Okay. I wonder.
Which is a weird trade, like not to dish on Tyrese, like I don't know what he's like, but like from movie making aspect, would you pick Dwayne The Rock Johnson or Tyrese Gibson?
You'd pick Dwayne The Rock Johnson because of the name.
Yeah, exactly.
But Tyrese Gibson, in all honesty, though,
he's a better actor.
and has a good track record with even Transformers.
I don't remember him in any of those.
You don't remember him, but if you rewatch it, he's Josh Duhamel's right-hand man.
Okay.
He pops up and you're like, after watching these movies again, and then I watch Transformers, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Roman. He's fighting with the robots. His car this whole time is a Transformer. That's
gonna
how
throw
he
this
got
out
home
here.
from space.
I am never going to rewatch Transformers.
That's okay. I rewatched them. The new one's actually
Ever.
pretty decent.
The brand new one?
The brand new one.
That's out in theaters?
That's out on Vudu
Okay.
and on Paramount.
Rise of the Beasts?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually kind of enjoyed that one. It's actually one that I enjoyed since the. So
I mean, now, okay,
I
so we're
enjoyed the
going through
first
Fast
one.
and Furious movies, so like I get a good idea of what you enjoy.
Okay,
And it's crap.
that's okay. Because you know what? Someone's got to enjoy it.
Do they, though?
Yes. Because otherwise, Mrs. Doubtfire doesn't save us. Help is on the way, dear.
You were supposed to let me say that.
You stood there way too long.
Because you want to know why?
He's not standing. He's on the couch.
It's because he's
If you're
part
going to say something,
of the TPP club, but it's okay.
Jamie, if you're going to say something, grab the mic. No, you're welcome to say something. Just grab the mic. We're holding out the mic. What do you have to say?
No, thank you.
Anyways,
And that was Jamie.
um,
You can find her on Instagram at...
No.
Hold on. I got it.
I still like your post.
Caffey Freak.
coffee,
I think it's Caffey Freak.
coffee.
It's Caffey. It's Kaugie at PHREKE on Instagram.
Did you spell it right? I don't think you spelled
Yes, I did. That is KAUGHIEPHREKE on Instagram. Go and find her. Send her your messages of support and love for not guest starring on this episode. Anyways, any more what moments?
They went to space.
They went to space.
and they used duct tape.
I missed opportunity. So this was done by Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the director Justin Lin was a huge fan of 80s Universal and even used the 80s like Universal logo at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Missed opportunity to zoom out from when they're in space and show the big Universal letters panning over the globe.
And missed opportunity of Cybertron coming in
No.
to take over the world.
No.
So Roman
No,
could
no,
save
no, no,
us
no,
all.
no, no, no.
And then
No.
Optimus Prime.
No, no,
Oh,
no.
Autobots. Roll out.
No.
And Bumblebee.
No, 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 no.
Our hero that we love so much.
Why is Bumblebee
adore.
the hero?
I have no idea. It's 'cause
Okay, so like
he's
I
a little-
never saw Transformers growing up, but like I kind of always assumed it was Optimus Prime.
you think so, and everybody loves, and not everybody loves Optimus. Everybody loves Bumblebee right now. Bumblebee's the guy.
But why did they choose Bumblebee over Optimus?
He's a little sparky, little edgy, little young.
Was he like that in the show?
Honestly, I didn't watch the cartoons.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one. I mean, I had the McDonald's toys. I had one that was like a little panther and turned into a transformer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. But it was from McDonald's. And I honestly...
I had a Hot Wheel that looked like a panther, but it just had a seat on it and some wheels.
had a seed?
It had a seat.
Seat. Oh,
Seat.
how you said seed. I was like, what does it turn into? A pumpkin?
Panther
Does it-
pumpkin.
Does it grow into some corn?
It's a Super Panther pumpkin.
Do you-
Super Panther
Do you get a
pumpkin.
cucumber?
Super Panther
A
pumpkin.
little zucchini? Make a little zucchini bread?
Super Panther
A
pumpkin.
banana?
Banana bread?
Yeah, you make a little banana off the seed?
It's a Super Panther
Little
pumpkin
Bob Iger seeds?
made by Petunia. Did you say Bob Iger seeds?
Yes.
Speaking of what moments,
And
self-review.
those are our what moments for this
Y-
movie.
Yeah. What are your final thoughts? I didn't really feel like doing a quiz question, but I'll kind of throw one out here.
Oh, I got one.
Go for it.
The opening scene when they're actually going through Central America, what country did they actually film that in?
Probably Tennessee.
They're wrong. They actually did not film it in the United States.
Wow.
They filmed it in Thailand.
Really?
Yeah, they filmed in Thailand.
Interesting.
So Thailand, I guess, looks like Central America according to the Fast and the Furious directors and film writers and people. So,
Okay.
and production company and Universal and Vin Diesel.
Here was my go-to quiz question.
Why does
Who
Vin
are the
Diesel
three-
have no hair?
There's zero hair. Does he shave his eyebrows?
Well, we saw him without, or we saw him with hair.
Yeah.
He has good reason to shave his head. His widow's peak is better than Mount Hood.
Who are the three people who were in the original Fast and Furious movies?
From this movie?
From this movie.
From the original.
In the original. Who are the three actors?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know their names, but it's Mia, Lenny, and Dom.
You got
All three right. Thank
two
you.
of the three
No,
right.
stop. I got all three right.
You got two of the three,
I
my
got
man.
all three right. Okay, so Mia is in
Don't-
the first one.
Don't.
She's in the first one.
You got two of the three right.
Vin Diesel is in the first one.
Vin Diesel's obviously in the first one. He's on the cover.
Lenny is in the first one.
Got-
Is her name not Lenny?
No.
Lenny?
It's not Lenny.
Letty.
Hey, my
Letty.
man's got 3-3.
Letty. It's Lenny. Her name's Lenny. At this point, she's turned into Lenny.
It's
After
Lenny.
when she came back from the dead, she's Lenny.
She's Lenny.
She's Lenny.
Bow bow.
She saw Vin Diesel's hair and was like, I'm Lenny. Like, she goes, Vin Diesel looks at her and goes, hey, Letty. And she goes, who's Letty? I'm Lenny.
Yeah.
I don't know this Letty chick you talking about.
He said, we had a thing. She's like, no.
And you know what's funny is that he tries to show her a picture of him with the hair, and she's like, "Who he done? I'm Lenny. I don't know who this Letty is."
It's like, I was hooked up with some dude from Private Ryan and not this dude.
Not even that. She's like,
No, Vin Diesel was in Private Ryan.
she's
Yeah,
like,
look up his scene. It was actually really good.
she looked at her. You must be talking about my twin sister, Letty. I'm Lenny.
I'm Lenny. Was she one of? Okay.
There you go. I was right. All three.
But recommend, disrecommend. Unrecommend?
This one. You know what? I will say that out of all the Fast and the Furious, I'll just do this. Probably my fourth favorite.
Okay.
I would probably place the first one. I'd place the seventh one. And the eighth one above this one.
I'm going to go and say this is my third favorite.
Third favorite. It's better than the submarine,
There's a lot of stuff better than the submarine.
but it's a submarine.
I did
It's
not
Charlize
care about that
Theron.
movie. The movie was so stupid. This movie suffered from a lot of plot armor that they even wrote into the movie. Like the characters were conscientious about it, which was interesting.
You know what I'm kind of curious about?
Did you just cut off my final review, man?
I did. Is that why
Okay.
have they been using so many Game of Thrones actors?
I don't know.
There's two of them so far.
Yeah, we got Ramsey and
The redhead from the eighth one,
thank you.
Game of Thrones. Okay, sorry. Continue your final review.
No, I thought that was it 7 was better than this.
Seven's probably the best one after the original, in my opinion. But I know you don't like the original, so the seventh's probably the best one for you.
No, I'm actually gonna bump this up. This is 2.
This is 2?
Yeah, because I was gonna say 5, but I hated the first half of 5. No, I'm sticking with 2. This one's my number 2.
That's with Luke Evans, right?
Yeah.
The first brother,
Yeah.
right?
No. That's
the-
where they're down.
That's the Rio one, right?
Yeah, that's where they're down in Rio
yeah.
Steal the Vault. Last
right.
half of the movie is fantastic, but the first half,
Kind of drags a little bit.
yeah.
It gets dark and then all of a sudden it gets light.
Um.
Kind of like the Haunted Mansion.
So this is
When some people don't say words.
or my dick.
Okay, continue.
No. So no, this is my
Liar.
second favorite behind 7. This was like half an hour, 40 minutes too long. Don't look at me like that. It was.
I enjoy it.
It was a bit too much.
They go to space though in the end.
There was like they kept toying around with like,
the
oh hey,
space.
we're invincible. Oh hey, we're not, but we are. But then also midway through the movie, hey, these people that you thought were dead are actually alive, which they've been doing the whole time. So it's like they're doing this like, hey, we're aware the audience knows that no one dies in these, but we're
They get
not.
really big boo boos.
Yeah, but they're just like, we're not going to even.
I actually
Take
can't
that
wait
seriously.
to see how Jason Momoa messes them up.
I'm
How Aquaman comes in.
I'm curious, but I watch 7. You'll get the idea, and then skip everything else. That's my recommendation.
Whoa, wait. And then watch Tej and Roman go to space.
Watch that scene, yeah.
They deserve the space scene.
7 and this, and we're good.
No. In 1, so you can learn about family.
You can learn from family from any
No,
one of
you
them.
can't.
You learn more about family in this one than
No.
you do.
No. It's family.
They're brothers.
There's a seat at the table for you, Andrew.
There's a seat at the table.
Say grace.
Pumpkin seed.
There's a seat at the table for you.
Oh.
For you. Because you like guys. You're going to listen to this later.
And with that, it's been another okay episode of the Backseat Critics.
And we are grateful for our 5 listeners.
Yeah. if you're interested in more of our stuff, check out any of our other episodes except the Haunted Mansion right now.
It'll probably be back up by the time this episode comes out.
Hopefully. I gotta figure out what's going on there. On that,
We out.
bye.
It's fine.